just numbers, and those people don't go out to vote.
Yes,
those are not the people that are voting.
Yes, my dear, I accept. They do it, but they are numbers, they're human beings, they're Nigerians. But guess what? They are angered. They have a visceral motivation. They want to take part. They want to take their country back. And they are, they are educated, they are mobile, they are active. They themselves. Have you seen this video about people trying to get PVC?
Yes. What do you make of those videos? Which is where
we're going to go with this as well, because of course you're talking as
I'm just praying,
we have numbers.
I'm just praying that INEC will rise to the occasion. All right, by making sure that
they released a statement. Did you?
What?
They did release a statement that they will extend registration.
Which is I read it, and that is very commendable. But they must extend the registration. They must make sure that materials are available. Okay, but also governments must ensure that every Nigerian, no matter where he comes from, wherever he goes, he has a right to vote anywhere, and therefore he has a right to collect PVC from his point of residence, his place of residence. This we must do. It is even more important than the election because it's got to do with the fundamental human rights of the Nigerian citizens. That must be done. We need government to come up and to strongly protect the rights of the citizens in this matter. This issue of some people not being allowed to register, some people, hooligans driving away people. We should not allow it in this country. It should not happen.
All right, Dr. Okupe.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. We are going to stop that right there. We still have one more video, but Kashi will play that later on. I wanted to let everyone know that what we are passing through right now is gradually becoming a reality of life. And some people are still dreaming, saying on social media, "Naim for be president." Even I've seen people that are supporting PDP or APC, they are already convinced. One of them were telling me today at the gym, say, my brother, I be like say this movement, the way they go now, let's say I go join the crowd. You don't have no choice right now. Even though you are supporting PDP or APC, it's your choice, it's your right. That's not a problem. It's your opinion. That's not a problem. But within you, are you actually happy supporting these two devilish parties? Ask yourself. This one, so we can lie to anybody, but in your room, when you are alone, speak to yourself and lie to yourself. Can anybody lie to themselves? You cannot. Right? So now, for those of you supporting APC and PDP, that's fine. I'm not taking your right away from you. I'm not taking your freedom of expression away from you. Your freedom of association, no. But go your kitchen, go lock yourself inside your kitchen, or even inside your fridge, or anywhere, any corner for your house. Lock yourself there. Now start asking yourself questions. I want to show you how you will do it before I will hand over to Kashi. When you get to that corner, your back of door, or anywhere, start asking yourself like this. By the way, I support PDP and APC. Why am I this? Why me they support these people, by the way? Since I was born, what I don't gain from these two parties. Although they dashed me 50,000 naira that they shall, but what did this 50,000? Somebody is interrupting us. Please mute yourself. Yeah. Think about it. All the money you have collected from your leaders, your cabals, whatever, ask yourself, what impact, what positive impact this money have done in your life? Even though you have collected 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, you built a house or you bought a car, and you are driving the same car, there's no road. You are driving home, no lights. In fact, in your street, they are killing people every day. Are you happy with that? Listen, this is the time for us to change the narrative. We have the power. Yes, don't forget NSAS. This time, we are not doing it in a violent way, right? Now, PVC want to do the one. Now, we want to do everything right now. Now, PVC. Go get your PVC. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. I want to hand over right now to Kashi. Kashi, is your turn. Thank you. Unmute yourself.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ninja Watch, for that. Thank you. I'm not sure if anybody needs to even go inside one room, go lock themselves to think. You don't even need to enter inside any room. The situation is glaring. We face it every day. We see it every day. We know it. We face it. So you don't need to even go lock yourself because you already know how it's affecting you. But then, before I move to my panelists to contribute based on the two videos that we've showcased. I can see that we have new people on the comment section. Let me just take time out to say hello to them. I can see Momodu. Momodu, thank you for joining us today. I hope you're doing very well. I can see Pansat HD. Thank you so much for joining us. The finest of them all, Irene Finest. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. Thank you. Just Emeka, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you. Godson Nelson, thank you. Faith Wilfred, thank you for joining us today. We love and we appreciate you. Mercy Izil Kafo, thank you so much for joining us today. We love and we appreciate you. Henry Gabriel, thank you for joining us today. Naomi Bella, thank you so much for joining us today. We love and we appreciate everybody on the comment section and the viewers. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I can see Daniel Osaze, thank you for joining us. Samuel Oloka, thank you so much for joining us. Rihanna Kona, thank you so much for joining us. We love and we appreciate you. So, guys, I'm just going to quickly dive to the panelists. I want you guys to tell us what you think about the two videos that were already posted before I share the last video, so we can deliberate on that. Thank you guys for joining us today. I can never say thank you enough. Okay, we're going to move straight to Mr. Left. Mr. Left, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. What do you think about the two videos we showcased?
Well, I came here to do business. My business is that of like APC and PDP. So why I'm here is to secure the face to talk to Papa Aime. Madarita, please contact me so that you can buy my space. It's very cheap with small money. Yes. The first video was talking about what? About
The
people in
deputy
diaspora,
speaker. Yeah.
people in diaspora not having opportunity to represent themselves. You see, when you give power to so-called primitive elite, this is what you get. Everybody can talk. Yes, we all have mouth, but are you really talking substance? Everything in life is standardized. You can't expect a mechanic to go and be treating ulcer or do operation for cancer. This is where we are today. When the cabals begin to share power within themselves, who to go school, who not go school, all these forged certificates. With the stolen money, they just go to one university and show their face and come back and say, yes, I went to that university. Going to university or going to school is not a problem. But what you have learned is your is supposed to be a reflection in you, in your character, and the way you do things. That's how we know if you are educated or not. From what we are seeing, are those people is how will I say? How do I describe it? How can a lawmaker, a human being, think so big and feel he can control a country the way he control his family? That's how some people come to talk. The way they rule their family, they want to control people like that. It doesn't work. A Nigerian is a Nigerian anywhere. It's your country. It's my country. As such, I have the right. It's like telling an American citizen that's living in Nigeria, he cannot say anything he cannot contribute to the welfare or economic of the Americans. If they want to try, let anything happen to one. Oh, it happened before when an American citizen was kidnapped around the north. They came to remove that American citizen from where the kidnappers died, all the way from America. That's how you know a country that value its citizens. Because they have no value, they are no patriotics. All they are there is to steal the money. Just go there, make names, steal the money, and care about nobody. So as such, they come up and think it's their bedroom. It's unfortunate that a man that said he went to school abroad is telling us that you have no rights. Only those that stays in the country can talk. As far as you are in Nigeria, you are not in the country. You cannot contribute. But you can send money that is added to the GDP. You can do projects. They are not saying you cannot, no, you shouldn't bring money, but you cannot add your voice. All because of selfish interest. Is that possible? Is there any way in the world that is attainable? This is how we know them. They are the problem of this country. They are out there sitting down, calling themselves honorable. They are just nobody. They have no IQ. They have no sense of purpose. I'm saying this without due respect to nobody, no apology, because they've brought their country down to the barest minimum level. They've stolen our holy patrol money. They've taken everything and turned it to their family business. And here, we are laughing stock all over the world. Can they compare themselves to any international standard or any other house lawmakers in other countries? No. They won't stand a chance with one primary school certificate holder in the South. It's unfortunate. That's a bad statement and a bad leader. Well, let me leave that. Coming to the Okube, or what is his name? We said all this before. If they manage to secure a concession like a merger with any political party, meaning APC and PDP is finished. If Kwankwaso, if it is true that they are working on merging with Peter Obi, meaning APC and PDP is finished, there's no two ways about it. Even without the merger now, you can see the natural revolution. Who will say revolution? This is how it starts. You don't need people to come and force you to do it. You get tired and you want to do it by yourself, because that is the only option for you. You don't care what happened. That is what is happening. That's what we are seeing today. You see, everybody, even some of the northern youths, they are calling Obi. They can say whatever they like is a social media. The time will come. I only beg my people, my youth, to be strong in this structure and fight. They should not give away. You know where they are waiting, what they are waiting for? They are just waiting for to ring it. That is the power. That is the only hope they have. And I believe it will not work. By the time Nigerians come out massively, let's see how the ringing will take place. That is the only option. And I believe it's not going to work this time, because people are not giving them the room. That channel which they used to ring, I sit at home, they take my space. I am using my space. Everybody's using his space. Oh yeah, now, let's see. So it's going to be massive and it's going to be shocking. That is what I am saying, and it's going to happen. Thank you.
Joseph. Kachi, can you please unmute yourself? You are talking, we are not hearing.
You're muted.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, Mr. Leftist. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, guys. I always forget to unmute myself. Oh, so I'm going to play the last video right now. So I've been able to upload it. I'm just going to play the last video so we can all deliberate on the 3 videos that I'm going to play so far. So, guys, please take a look at this. This is
we are not surprised by their fruit.
What I want you to take to the bank is that we are working on it very seriously. It's an idea that we've already seen on ground, and then we felt that those who are already on ground, for example, like Comrade Peter Obi, who is very much well grounded in the southern part of this country, need to work together with other people who are more also grounded in the northern part, especially Engineer Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso. These individuals have shown character, they've shown resilience, they've shown determination, they work very closely with the people on the ground, on the downtrodden, and so I think the Nigerians should give them support if eventually this talk comes true.
Indeed, Dr. Tanko, still talking about support. Peter Obi's candidacy has put Labour in the spotlight. So how does the party intend to leverage on his emergence and popularity, as it were?
So guys, that's the video I wanted to play. That's the NCF spokesperson that just hinted at a possible collaboration between Peter Obi and Kwankwaso for the 2023 election. The spokesperson for the National Consultative Forum, Dr. Unisa Tanko, has revealed that they are in the talks for a possible merger between the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and the New Nigerian People Party, Engineer Rabiu Kwankwaso, ahead of the 2023 election. So I'm just going to go to the next person. So let's just dive and see. John Obaseki, thank you. I see you too. Thank you for joining us today. We're just going to move straight to the next person I have here, which is Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny, thank you for joining us today, please. What do you have to say about the 3 videos we've shared today?
Good evening once again, everyone. I don't really have much to say about mostly the dishonorable, not honorable, but dishonorable that we just have there. You know, sometimes when you have people that don't know where, they don't know the reason why they are in wherever they are, so they can talk nonsense and talk rubbish at the same time. So I believe that is what happened to Dama, because he's sitting down there, but he did not know the reason. So that is why sometimes if you want to put somebody in any position, you have to allow the person, just put the person through that this place that you are going to right now, this is the reason why you are going there, and this is the kind of fortune that kind of place have to be. Not that you just go there and just sit down without, you don't even have the IQ, you don't even have the knowledge. So you must go there and misbehave, turn everything upside down. So that is what happened to that man. And for the emergence of Rabiu Kwankwaso, but for me, for Peter Obi and the rest, I don't really buy the idea, because it's like they want to turn it to all those jumping up and down. Because if you look at APC, it's like you want to make the same thing. Because when APC was coming, it's almost all the ex-politicians that decamp from another side to APC. That's where we see in APC today. So if it happens like this, definitely we are still going to see the same thing. Because now almost everybody in the Labour Party there decamp from one party to another. So they want to add more to it. So I don't really know. Maybe it will not add, or maybe it will make it good, but I don't know. But if you look what happened in APC,
Mr. Destiny, sorry to cut you. I just want to quickly ask a question. So you don't think that is you don't think it's going to be beneficial, or you don't think it's visible for Kwankwaso and Peter Obi to merge?
I mean, I did not buy the idea, because even the Kwankwaso is a member of PDP, from PDP to APC, from APC back to PDP, and now because he did not get what he wanted, he looked the arena in PDP then that is not going to favor him. That is why he not done PDP, go to this new Nigeria party. So I don't really buy those ideas of jumping from one place to another every time.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Destiny. So we're just going to move straight to Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, good evening and thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say about the 3 videos that were displayed today?
Yes, thank you for this opportunity again. Well, this is my opinion in respect to the merger. I share the same opinion with the last speaker in terms of the merger. I don't buy that idea. Now, because of, like you said, don't let me take away from what you said. I don't buy that idea. Now, that being said, I am a religious person, okay? And because I'm a religious person, I'm going to apply some certain things here, or say some certain things here. Now, Labour Party may be small, may not have the financial backings or financial foundation that APC or PDP have. But when Gideon was going to war with the Midianites, he was going to war with almost 40,000 people. And God asked him to reduce the army, and he reduced it to what? To 10,000. And God said, this 10,000 is too much. I want you to reduce it further. And he told him how he should reduce it further. He reduced it to 300. And he said, with these 300 men, you are going to win the war. Take the Midianites. So the Labour Party may be small, but that doesn't mean victory is not assured. People that are going to vote, I bet you most Nigerians that are going to vote that this so-called revolution, they are not even a member of the Labour Party, but they are ordinary Nigerians who are feeling the pinch and who wants to change. So I don't see that this idea of he has to merge to be a big party before he wins the election. How will the so-called big party, how have they affected the life of the ordinary citizen in Nigeria? Is it about a big party? It's about democracy. The people are the ones that will vote. And we've seen someone whom we think can make a change, can effect a change for us. So I think Peter Obi should stay where he is and not derail the train. Let the train keep going as it is. Because a merger may derail the train. So if anybody knows him, everybody people should go and talk to him. Now, in respect to the Speaker of the House, he doesn't listen. That does not bother me one single bit, because I think Rita often said here that if even a frog can become president in Nigeria.
That's right.
So I ain't going to lose a nice sleep over that. It is ridiculous, because why? Even the Nigerians in Nigeria, they respect the right of Nigerians in Nigeria, more or less to not respect the right of those in diaspora. Come on, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So it doesn't surprise me. In 2005, let me say this. If you go to Google, you Google it, you will see it. In 2005, the Nigerian embassy in Dublin charges citizens 400 euros for a Nigerian passport. That is a Nigerian embassy in a foreign country. If you Google it, you will see it. So I'm not making up story. So what is this saying that is different to me? It doesn't move me at all. I'm not going to lose a nice sleep over it. And those who are arguing about it doesn't make any difference. They are all the same thing. That is why we need to elect a man who knows what democracy is all about. It's a shame, because when the outside world hear what he's saying, what he said, they'll just shake their head and say, look at, how could somebody do that? So it does not mean one single bit. Imagine the Nigerians in Ukraine. If not for the way people were talking, they will be abandoned there. So what's the difference? It doesn't make any difference. Let's continue with this trade. If Obi is going to march, he has to think twice. But I've said it before, and I'm repeating it again. I personally have that faith and that hope that a miracle will happen if we continue this way. It's sad that the mega preachers have not used their platform. I know some preachers are using it, but the mega ones have not used their platform to encourage their members to go and vote. I mean, to go and get a PVC or to prophesy to say Peter B is the savior. It's sad, but that will be another discussion for another day. I use the floor back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew, for that. I just want to quickly say something to Mr. Destiny. I don't think, well, I mean, like I said before I started the video, I mean, everybody has the right to their personal opinion. But having to say that, oh, because it was an APC before or PDP and things like that, I don't think that is a good enough reason as to why you don't think the merger would work. Because even Peter Obi was in PDP before, then he moved to ABGA, then he moved back to PDP before he moved to Labour Party. So I think we should if we're going to be having reasons as to why we don't agree with something, I think the reason should be good enough. It shouldn't be like an excuse as to why you don't support a particular movement. So I'm going to move straight to Mr. Igbe. Mr. Igbe, good evening and thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say about the 3 videos we displayed earlier?
Good evening, Sister Kashi. Good evening once again, everybody. Thank you for giving me the floor. You see, let me start saying from this Fox video of this last video of emerging, the Labour Party and the Kwankwaso Party emerging. For me, it's a welcome development. It's a plus to us if we have, people who acknowledge that this person is having the upper hand. Is having the largest train. It hasn't the numbers, of followers. So let me come and emerge with them. But on this ground, that if Kwankwaso will be, the running mate to Peter Obi, that is why that is the area I will welcome it properly. I don't really believe that Obi will step down. I mean, Obi will be the running mate to Kwankwaso, because Obi, as we speaking, if I don't make mistake as of today, Obi is going to pluck number one, in the number one person who have the big wings right now in the race. So it's a welcome development for me. I don't see anything. I don't see any backwardness there. It's a welcome development because why? The person who is in the front line is Obi that is in the front line. So Kwankwaso will be the vice. Then he will be the one because we all know how he functions.
But do you think Kwankwaso, Mr. Igbe?
Yeah.
Mr. Igbe.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think Kwankwaso will agree to be the vice to Peter Obi?
And actually, if Kwankwaso, if you really look Kwankwaso very well, you will see that Kwankwaso wins, a big wins is only in Kano State that he has the most largest followers. It's not like that of Peter Obi, who have, follower everywhere. Let us say everywhere in the world. On that money, they are saying that what's so called social media followers cannot be the voters. You see that urged me to the second video. The second video of the DG of Peter Obi. What the man was saying is a very bitter truth. You see, if we as a Nigerian in diaspora can walk to our embassy, just like what Andrew said. I remember in the year 2011, 2012, here in our embassy here in the city of Rome, we were forced to use 600 euro, to obtain our Nigerian passport. So it's time for we to bring our system of voter system or registration system to our embassy, just the way Italians is doing it. Italians can vote in anywhere, they can register in anywhere where their embassy is. At the voting time, they will vote anywhere they are. So that's what the man was trying to say, that they are going to share the narrative so that if Nigeria who live in the diaspora can be able, to register their voters card in the embassy. And when the time of vote will come, if they are not able to go home, because as we are here, you can take your passport in anywhere in the world where the Nigeria embassy is. That does not say that you cannot use it to travel back to Nigeria. Even sometimes you can still renew it in Nigeria. So it's still a Nigeria's document. Then come to the third video, which is the first video, and that first video I've watched that video before. It's not a new video. I've saw it before. And when I saw that video, I was so brutal, within me. You see, that is to show you the kind of people we have in government, the kind of people we have, in the corridors of power. Imagine when you put somebody in power who does not have nothing in upstairs. It cannot deliver. It will deliver rubbish. It will deliver nonsense. Just imagine a vice speaker of House of Representatives telling Nigerians that the Nigerian people who live in diaspora. Do you know that man, that senator, that reps was even presenting the bill that man were presenting was not even the bill of Nigerians in diaspora. It was the bills of Nigerian students who left Nigeria, people like the Theobalas who said he's studying in America, people that like those guys in Ukraine, who have finished study and they've sought, get opportunity of job there and they begin work there. These are the people who wrote their consigned bill to submit in the House of Representatives. And the honorable were telling him, reminding him that listen, these people are people who live here to go and educate, to go and study in overseas. They are not only the people the people who just travel out of the country alone. And it's the empty brain still repeating said those who live in their comfortable zone does not have the right, to bring people. So I want us to play this video to those people who believe that we can easily go to the House of Representatives to take power from them. Those who believe that we can easily go to our constituency, those who represent us, to go and take power from them. Those who believe that we can go to the House of Senate to go and take power from them. I want them to watch this video so that you see the people who represented them, the people, and this is to tell you that this man is a northern side of the country. And these people that are bringing this bill, they are part of the northern, part of the south, part of the south side, also the southwest. So it does not really concern that it's only the South people or the West people that is bringing this bill. It's all Nigerians. So this is to tell you that if you are having that mindset that we can go to the House of Senate, we can go to the House of Representatives, we can go. This is to tell you that you cannot do anything within them there that to take power from them, either through by the presidency, is somebody who have Nigeria in mind, is somebody who can be able to stand and say, this is what I want. Is somebody who can be able to spend the public funds for the public. Is somebody who can be able to deliver democracy, who can represent you free, honest, and their humility to represent us. So I want those people who believe that without a presidency without presidency candidate, we can easily take power from there. I want them to see this video so that they can be able to comment on it. So for me, I don't really think that these people can take us to the promised land, or these people can give us a new Nigeria. So I agree for Kwankwaso, to be the running mate. I agree, except he has not agreed to that way. So I leave the floor to you, Sister Kashi, so that other people will speak. That is my take. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Igwe, thank you very, very much for that. We're going to move straight to, my name is IK. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say about the 3 videos we showcased earlier?
Thank you, my sister, for giving me the privilege to speak about the videos. First of all, I want to talk about the video of Kupe and Tanko, because after service yesterday, I have the privilege to watch the 2 videos about what Okupe was saying and what Tanko was saying. I just want to let our brothers and sisters in Nigeria to know that fear is an instrument that make a lot of people to lose their destiny. We should not be afraid of. We should not be afraid of failing. But the problem is that it's only you refuse to stand up from where you have fallen. So I'm trying to say in the point that Labour Party people see it as a small party. But I am telling you that there is a revolution that is moving on in Nigeria, my country. And I don't want you to look at that Labour Party as a small party, but see the Labour Party as a perspective, as an instrument that God wants to use to liberate Nigeria. So my first appeal to everybody in Nigeria, like the former speaker said, I've told every of my family member, you get nothing from me until you show me your PVC. Because if you don't have your PVC, you're not getting nothing anymore from me. Because Nigerians have to rise up this time. Because these old recycled politicians, their days are numbered. Just like as Okupe said yesterday, I am not afraid of APC or PDP. You see, because this is the time of God. It's nobody's time.
Mr.
It was
Ike.
a very good.
Mr.
Yes.
Ike, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I'm
Please,
hearing you.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Let me quickly take this call. This caller has actually been calling for a while now. Good evening, and thank you for calling Ninja Watch today. Yeah, good evening. Good evening, sir. We can hear you. Thank you for calling Ninja Watch. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm coming from United States of America.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Yeah, please, I want to give you information that I don't know when you will likely publish it or make it available to the here. I'm a Catholic. I'm from Nigeria. I'm now based in America. And God gave me an inspiration of that's as a Catholic, I love Mother Mary. I think Mother Mary always. And she always gives me, I see her when I tell people that I see Mother Mary, thing of heaven when I want to be dancing me. But from the other part, I noticed it when it comes to my house in Nigeria, we see Mother Mary pictures and the photo and all that.
Difficult for us to understand what he's saying.
This issue say that as it tells Nigeria the world that we have had our prayer, but the Son has signed with Papi to be the president of Nigeria come 2023. And there's nothing they can do about it. But after his 1 year time in Nigeria, that we here in abroad and so many places will come back to Nigeria and celebrate it and continue to live happily. That's what his son said. Then when people be left who was in PDP, I was happy that people will win the ticket. But when people be left PDP and joined the Labour Party, I became afraid. Is it not become like maybe that they always say anything that comes to put? How can then people be win with all this kind of movement? So as I was contemplating and saying it to myself, she appeared again to me.
Okay.
She said, I told you, I'm Muslim. I told you, and I told you that people will be the president and you're about to lose your mind. Well, if you don't continue to tell people what I said, I will keep you mute and people will become Nigerian president. Then that day you start talking.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Trying to see ways I can establish myself and tell them. In Nigeria, people know I worship at the Catholic Church.
Sister Kashi, can you reframe it to us, please? I was not hearing it. I'm not really hearing it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not hearing it clearly what he was saying.
Okay, okay, thank you so much for calling us. Okay, I actually put it on speaker so everybody can hear. He's just basically talking about how Mother Mary appeared to him, telling him how Nigeria is going to be great again, how Peter Obi is going to be the next president and all that. So that's basically what he said. Okay, Mr. Aike, back to you, please.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. So what I was trying to say is this. I want all Nigerians to understand that there is going to be a lot of conspiracies. They will conspire against Peter Obi and Labour Party. They will do so many things against the candidacy of Peter Obi, even from his own kinsmen, which I happen to be an Igbo man. But I want to let you know, let that not dampen your spirit. The most important thing that we all have to do is to encourage our families, our friends, our colleagues, students, those we know back home. Let everybody get his or her PVC, because that's the power we have. The revolution cannot be possible if people do not have their PVC. So, but if Nigerians were able to have their PVC, the finance to run Peter Obi's campaign, people should not fear about money, because God is going to raise money for Peter Obi and is raising that money already. So the money is not the issue. The issue for us is to encourage every Nigerian to have your PVC. because I know that God is trying to do something in Nigeria. So when I listened to what Tanko said and what Okupe was saying yesterday, not even before then, I have always been convinced that Peter Obi is going to surprise Nigeria, because the reason why he left PDP, he has not really told us why, but from what Okupe is telling us yesterday, you can be able to see why he left PDP. Because Peter Obi said, I cannot do wrong thing to win election and then begin to correct, that it is better for me to do the right thing and fair the election. And that is where I stand. So I want to encourage every one of us, do not allow the campaign of conspiracy, the campaign of there is no structure, the campaign that they don't have money, the campaign that they don't have offices. Listen, it is human beings that are offices. The only thing I want to encourage everybody at the local level, at the state level, that Labour Party should field the candidates in every level. It's not only the president, because if at the end of the day, Peter Obi wins the presidency and you don't have people at the local level, you don't have people at the state level, running Nigeria is going to be too complex for Peter Obi. So I am encouraging the Labour Party to people to aspire to join Labour Party in the local level and in the state level. Sorry, I was watching the American problem of election of 2020. You know, about how Trump and his group, they want to stay in power. You see, social media is a powerful instrument. So if anybody is telling you that Peter Obi is only the president of Nigeria in social media, tell them yes, he's only the president of Nigeria in social media. But in 2023, they will know that social media, that the power of social media can never be challenged anywhere. So I am really happy to be in this platform. But I just want all of us to understand the idea that they're going to conspire, the idea they're going to tell you will see your vote. Wike said it after all when he went to Anambra for campaign. He said, don't throw away your vote because I know that your son is not going to win. You know? And those are the kind of words that we're going to hear about Peter Obi. But I'm encouraging the people that are joining this revolution, never listen to those negative thoughts, because it will come and it will continue to come. Somebody talked about the old politicians. They are killing. They have not stopped killing. They will continue to kill. But the point is that the time shall come when they will not see nobody to kill no more. Because when the issue of June 12 happened, nobody knew that Nigeria would stand up. When the issue of the toll gate happened, nobody knew that Nigerian youth can rise up. So I am not afraid of APC or PDP. They have been there for many years. But I want us to be focused. Be focused on the point that it should know that there is going to be a lot of conspiracies. People will be employed. People will be sent in Labour Party to be an informant. There are so many things that are going to use. Let me give it to you here, my brothers and sisters, and keep this what I'm going to tell you. There is a very big fear in APC and PDP because of Peter's candidacy. I am telling you the gospel truth. The foundations of these two political parties is shaking because they never believed that Peter Obi is going to just walk away without saying nothing. And it is by his walking away that they know that this man has become a political force in Nigeria. So let us not be carried away by PDP and the APC that have been there for so many years. They are recycled politicians, just like Okupe said. Okupe said, listen, I am 70 years. I cannot be a minister anymore. I was the chief of staff. People were coming to me to see the president. So we're talking about the new Nigeria. We're not talking about this.
Mr. Aike, can you hear me, please?
Yes.
So
yes, I can hear you.
The Kwankwaso met with Peter Obi. Is it a welcome idea to you? If yes, tell us why, and if not, let us know why you think so.
Okay, it's a welcome development. You know why? Because I did live in the north. And Kwankwaso is an honorable man. For the fact that he had been in APC or PDP, The reason why he has left all these parties is because of what is happening now. It is because of the foundation of this political party is rotten. And that is why Kwankwaso left. So, to me personally, my own personal opinion, if that alliance is going to work, it's going to be good. I know that personally Kwankwaso has his population in town. But if we can have Kwankwaso with Peter, but not Peter being the vice president, no, that is not even under question. Because if you hear what Okupe said yesterday when they asked him, are you not looking for people to decamp from PDP or APC to come to Labour Party? He said they are not looking for personalities. These people are the same recycled politicians. They are not looking for these people, but they're looking for Nigerian masses, the population, the workers. They are the people that they are looking for. So, but personally, if that alliance can work, if P2B and Kwankwaso can collaborate, but on the basis that the face of that party is going to be P2B, I don't know what Kwankwaso wants. If he wants to be president or vice president or something else, I don't know whatever he wants. But as long as I know Kwankwaso, because I lived in the North for 5 years, I know a little story about Kwankwaso and the Kanu politics. So he is an honorable man. He is a man of the people. He is a man like Aminu Kanu when he was still alive. So never mind, I'm not after we was in the PDP or APC. But what I will reject totally about this alliance, if it comes to pass, is for P2B to leave, to be the vice president to Kwankwaso. No, because if you hear what Okupe said yesterday, the PDP have been making every move in the eastern Nigeria through most, those people they use in the east to convince P2B to leave, to come back. P2B is not going back anywhere. P2B is running this election to the end. So anybody who is telling you that P2B is stepping down for anybody, it's not stepping down for nobody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ike. Thank you very much. I want to take some calls from here. We have a caller right here. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello, please turn down your device. We are hearing your device. Please turn it completely down, please.
Okay, it's turned down now. It's paused.
Thank you, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yes, my name is Elias Osagai. I'm from Benin City, but I'm based in Toronto, Canada.
Thank you very much, sir. Go ahead. You have 2 minutes to talk to us.
Okay, I'm calling to encourage us at home. Okay, all this, Peter Obi is only strong on social media, he has no money and so on. I want our people to know that Peter Obi is a replica of Obama in the United States. When Obama came up, that was the same thing that was said about him, that, oh, he's not strong, he's a new senator, he cannot stand the greeting and so on. And Obama employed social media. With Twitter, he was able to reach out, and the fund was coming in. People were donating $5, the least, minimum $5. Okay, and people donated more than $5. Before you knew it, Obama had enough money to execute his campaign, and in the primary, he defeated Hillary Clinton, the wife to the former president. He defeated her, and then Obama became the candidate for his party, the Democratic Party. And from there, the campaign started. Surprisingly, Obama, who was written off, who was underrated, he became a phenomenon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please be encouraged. Be encouraged.
Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right, my people. Before we go on to other panelists for their own contribution, please, I have to take 1 or 2 minutes from you, because one of our panelists or a caller actually said, I was listening, that they want more platforms to embrace this like we are currently doing. yes, I would like to prove that, yeah, there are one or two platforms that's already embracing this right now. Let's listen to Freeze, and see what you have to say on Peter Obi. Thank you.
No. Please don't come here and miss your time. Oh. Let me tell you what I'm here to tell you. I'm not here to crack joke. I'm here to tell you the truth. Look, what I saw today in Ibadan. Peter Obi, collect hand. Wherever you are, Peter Obi, I know you watch this video. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. You have done well. Supporters of Peter Obi, shake my hand. Shake my hand. Una don't try. Una don't try. At a point, people were like, it is impossible. How can Peter Obi? Even me at a point when he left PDP. Hey, that's why it's good though, to believe in yourself. If Peter Obi had stayed in PDP, he would have been dragging with Atiku. He would have been dragging with Atiku. And Atiku if Fofi win Atiku, the way they look this Peter Obi, if Fofi win Atiku. But you know the funny thing is, Tamboa don't go submit, give Atiku. So Peter Obi for struggle. But I seen go Labour Party like this. If Atiku knew what was going to Atiku for the beggar and say make you come out that party. Everybody where they yap Peter Obi. Did you see? As in people they just decide say, nah, this guy be our guy. Nothing anybody want to do. We are moving. Oh, we are a powerful force. Peter Obi has the supporters. Somebody said there's no structure. Who are the structure? Nobody the supporter be the structure. Let me tell you, one man for one northern village, I don't forget where he don't dedicate in house, in own personal house to Peter Obi. He don't dedicated his personal house to Peter Obi. Where's the structure now? That's the structure. The structure is beginning to form. You see, when a male cell and a female egg come together and they form the formula of togetherness, the cells will start to divide. As the cells begin to divide, a structure is going to begin to form. It might just look like two cells, one male and one female. But by the time they are done dividing, multiplying, growing, and spreading, a child is born out of two little drops of cell. I don't know who it is that I'm speaking to today, but nobody should be afraid of the structure of Peter Obi, because Peter Obi's structure is like a zygote beginning to form in the womb of Nigeria's future. Oh, somebody needs to know that Peter Obi is a contender. I am not in any way, you know me. I do not joke with things like these, and neither will I undermine the ability and the strength of other candidates. I will never tell you that none of the candidates is good, that is only Peter Obi. Absolutely not. I am not silly. But I will tell you that if you ever foju di Peter Obi, ask, if you are not Yoruba, ask them what foju di means. Tieba ever foju di Peter Obi, koju yin lo lani o. If you ever underestimated Peter Obi, go and open your eyes and go back straight to the drawing board. Because something is about to happen that might shake Nigeria to its bones. And it will have nothing to do with a looming war or disagreement. But you will see Nigerian Muslims and Nigerian Christians, male and female, young and old, come together. Because nobody likes suffering. We are all tired of hunger. We are tired of lack. We are tired of epileptical electrical systems or electricity supply. We are tired of bad roads. We are tired of hunger. We are tired of education where people go and come out with nothing. We are tired of that.
All right, Nigerians, I just want to pause that for a minute. You see, please mute yourself. Huh. All right. You can see that the phrase saying that we are tired. You see, I've said it over and over again on this same platform that the suffering in Nigeria is affecting the poor, same time affecting the rich. We are only deceiving ourselves. It doesn't matter if you are driving a 50 million naira car or a 100 million naira car, you are suffering. It doesn't matter if you live in a 1 billion naira mansion, you are suffering. That's what the phrase is saying right now. And I've said it over and over again on this platform. I'm in Nigeria. I'm not suffering. I'm not hungry. But the system is affecting me because the system is totally zero. Nothing is working. All the comfort you can get in Nigeria, you must create it for yourself. Every single comfort. Things that put happiness and smiles on your face. Created by individualisms, not by the government. We should stop deceiving ourselves if we still have 1 or 2 persons here. Or if we still have 1 or 2 persons in Nigeria who thinks, oh, Peter Obi, they joke, it's a joke. It's not about Peter Obi right now. It's about our future. The future of your children. The future of your children's children. The future of our born children. We should say it how it is. When I saw this video, my respect for that the phrase increased immediately. Let's finish this video before I pick a call.
We are tired of hunger. We are tired of epileptical electrical systems or electricity supply. We are tired of bad roads. We are tired of hunger. We are tired of education where people go and come out with nothing. We're tired of that. And nobody needs it. You see, when the revolution comes, nobody's gonna tell anybody. You feel it in your bones. And Nigerians can feel it in their bones. They can feel that something is not right. And you know what else they can feel? They can feel that they have the power to actually change something.
Exactly. We have the power to change the narrative right now. Please hold on. I want to pick 1 or 2 calls. I have a Virginia Ken with us right here. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us. You have 2 minutes, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nigeria Watch.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, Nigerians. Yeah, you guys are doing fantastic well.
Thank you.
I must give you guys that kudos.
You're supposed to be here on the panel with us.
Yeah, I'm supposed to, but I came late. It was filled up.
Right.
I came late. While I'm at work, I'm just enjoying it. Yeah, the truth is this, my brothers. Why I say that if an Hausa man run, he will take Yoruba man as advice. If Yoruba man runs, he will take an Hausa man as advice.
That is simple, sir. That is simple.
I for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for one, I will not if Kwankwaso is joining Peter Obi, but I did not support him to be the vice president. Let the vice president come from South.
No, it's not possible. As long as Peter Obi is already from South, he cannot have this a vice president from there.
Peter Obi is from Southeast.
Okay.
Peter Obi is from Southeast. He's from the East. So let it come from South or Southwest. Not the Northerners.
It will be difficult for him to win the election.
He cannot fly.
He can't fly. Yes, he cannot walk. The only way for you to convince the Northerners that yes, let's work together is to have one of them, in your cabinet. Then they'll support you. If
Exactly.
not that,
you should be Muslim and Christian.
Exactly. That's how it works.
My fear is this. The Northern cabals are very, very strong and they are very, very sorry. If God was saying again, if God will show around the morning, if he should come in as a vice president, will Peter Obi be able to work efficiently?
Of course. The president is a president. Look at the Emil Sibajo, look like a dummy, you know. So that's not a problem. We don't. Nobody really cares about vice president. The only vibrant vice president we've seen in Nigeria was Atiku.
Yeah, let me rephrase our memory and let me take us back to during time of Obasanjo. You know that Atiku stole Nigeria light power money.
Yeah, we are aware.
You know, to increase the Nigerian voltage, you know, the man kept the money, he stole it. That was the thing that caused quarrel between Obasanjo and Atiku.
Anyway, for me, sir, let's achieve this goal first, this objective, this movement. Once we achieve it, like they normally say, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for this movement. You know, regarding they were talking, saying that Peter Obi has no structure. The structure that the man doesn't have is to share the money. This time around, we're going to make their money to be useless.
Exactly.
I'm praying that the God of this movement, that arise in Nigeria today, that we should take the bull by the horn. I pray that God of unity should continue between us.
Yes.
And any Nigerians, any youth that want to collide with these evil politicians to sabotage the results of the election, may thunder strike that youth down in Jesus' name.
Thank you.
Our next topic of prayer.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. Thank you. Please be patient with me. Let me pick another call right here quickly. Mr. Pius, good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us in 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thank you, sir.
A greeting to the house. Yeah, Nigeria war, the Moses of our time, the Moses of Edo State, the Moses of Nigeria. I respect you, sir. Do you know why I always respect you? About this, you have been shouting about this PDP and APC is tired. You are tired. You have been shouting it before those started happening.
Yes.
You understand? Because what you are saying, many people have not been seeing it. Because every time you cry, you say you don't want to support those people, you don't want to support PDP, APC, your father is this one for PDP. You have been saying it. This thing has never started. That is the one you know that person God is already using. That's how to know how person who want to stand for the people. That's why every time, if I don't call you that name, until people started calling you this name, until they started calling you the Moses of our time, you are the Moses of our time. So thank you very much for everything you are doing.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I was talking to you this when I called this morning. I want to use this opportunity to welcome Moyere Oshiore. I respect that guy. I love that guy. I know the last election, how many people do the way that is Europe, how we supported Moyere Oshiore, able to do in Nigeria and everything. It was a movement that time too. But for this Peter Obi, I want to use the opportunity. If you think I call this people and send to Moyere, you should go and support Peter Obi for them to work together.
Yeah.
And Peter Obi is going to win. And then if Peter Obi win, we have been shouting the bad light that they should put on Moyere Oshiore for Minister of Light. It should give Nigeria light. They should put
I believe they will work together, sir. I believe so.
Yeah.
You know, the journey have just started.
Yeah, I pray, because if Moyere Oshiore don't jump Peter Obi, he's going to reduce himself, number one. Because the whole shooting in Nigeria now, they are supporting Peter Obi. Moyere should not remove himself out of it.
Thank you, sir.
All his members, so many of
All
us
right.
now, we are not joining Peter Obi.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Because I just thank you for everything you are doing.
Thank you.
Moses of may God bless you. May God give you more wisdom, more anointing.
Amen.
But you have to protect you day and night. You give you that spirit of understanding in the mighty name of Lord Jesus
Amen.
Christ.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Let me pick another call right here. Please, guys, be patient with me. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Prince Collins, please, you have only 2 minutes, sir. 2 minutes. Turn down your device, please, Collins.
Let me turn down my system. this opportunity. I don't want to waste too much time. I think what is happening right now is a welcome development. I agree with the panelists. Leftists, I agree with you. I agree with everybody. Kashi. What I want to say is this. What is happening right now is a revolution. You know, we said it before that those that are saying that the social media is not a revolutionary trend to the media system, the person is still living in the analog world. So it is just the beginning of what we are seeing. You see, Kwankwaso coming to join hand with Peter Obi is a divine intervention by God to rescue Nigeria.
Thank you.
For me, because if such thing is going to happen, I'm pretty sure happen. If it happens, then I think it's a divine intervention by God to rescue that country, because these are the strong people we really have. Nobody should say Kwankwaso. People are saying Kwankwaso was a PDP or it was a BC another or Migori with those people before that. It's not a viable candidate. Then the person didn't know what Nigerian politics is all about. Without the North, for us to know, the North is half of Nigeria. Without the northern part of Nigeria, Nigeria is nowhere. So if you don't have a candidate that is just like as Mr. Jinaka was saying, if we don't have a northern candidate that is coming as a president or vice president, the election will not work.
Thank you.
With Kwankwaso, I'm very sure that it is going to be shared into. So what I will do before I click out, I will get people like Showore, Mongalu, then other prominent people that really love Nigeria. It's not by saying you must not be president before you perform. They should join hands with this kind of intention and make sure that this thing works so that we can rescue this country finally. Yes. If you love this country, you can be a minister, you can be any other, you can be in any other position. You must not be a president. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Hello, thank you very much for showing us, for calling us, Chris. Mr. Chris, go ahead. You have only 1 minute. I'm sorry, we don't have enough time. Just go straight to the point.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go straight to the point, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I just want to thank you for a job well done. The only thing I just want to say is to try and encourage us that we should not miss this opportunity. Let nobody deceive you. Peter Obi is going to win. The issue of structure or things like that should not come in. Peter Obi is going to win because he already has more than what he needs to win. It's just for us to focus, because if we miss this opportunity, it's going to be very difficult. Our government, they don't care about us. You know, Mr. Andrew talked about the issue of issuing passports to people in Ireland. I live in Ireland, and that was actually the case. In 2000, the Irish government decided to grant passports to children that were born in Ireland, and automatically their parents will also get permanent residence. But the condition is that they have to get Nigerian passport. And when these men and women went to the embassy, they increased the passport fee from about 50 euro to 400 euro. That is how devilish our government is. I was in Ireland then. I was a witness to it. So this is an opportunity for we to rescue ourselves.
Thank you, sir.
Devilish people.
Thank
you very
God
much.
bless you, sir. Thank you. They are devilish. PDP and APC, Nigerian government, as the moment, they are devilish, satanic. Kashi, over to you. Thank you very much, my people.
All right, Mr. Naija, thank you for coming here to do this. To everybody on the panel section, you guys, I'm really sorry we had to take those calls. I'm so sorry about that. So we're going to move straight to Mr. Goodluck. Mr. Goodluck, good evening and thank you for joining us. What do you have to say about the 3 videos we displayed earlier?
Good evening, the panelists, and good evening to everyone, my Watch family. I want to ask about I think, what is it called, the deputy speaker, what he said that diaspora is on social media making noise. And one of the diaspora that today, that was today, I called my people at home, people that is working under me. I place I manage for my business. I called them, I have up to 50 people working over there. I said, if from Monday you didn't come with your BVC, don't come to this place again. You will be sacked automatically. This is me. This is my policy for you. I paid you. So you don't have to tell me what to do. I didn't ask you to vote. Vote for your choice, but vote wisely. When people are saying continue to criticize about campaign on diaspora on social media that is the vote of diaspora doesn't count. Is I don't know the whoever that is saying that doesn't have like is still on the analog. Okay, it's not. It's still an analog life. He's living on the old life and old experience. I want to tell you, and people are saying about P2B, there's no structure. Who is structure? I use the structure. If I can make a way in my local government for P2B, you can make a way in your local government for P2B. What are we looking for? Is the highest vote counted and the highest local government or whatever state counted that they will say, okay, this is someone that merits it. When people continue to say those kind of things, I see majority of them that are campaigning for APC and PDP. That's how people are like being compromised. People say something. If you think about since 1993 to date, what have we achieved as a citizen of Nigeria? You find every Nigerians being complain, everybody being complain. Even you receive 200,000 as a salary in Nigeria, bet me you complain of it because of the lifestyle and whatever. The systems are so corrupt. When we have people that come money back that buy the delegates, buy every of the delegates and buy them because they have the highest currency, they think they can come to buy the public. Let them try with their money, and the system of electoral Nigeria voting system have changed. It's not like 2000 and what is it called? 219. 219 is different. This is 223, and which people are not aware of it. That if INEC really want to help Nigeria to act from these milks, let them use the method they use in Edo State when Obaseki succeed on winning the then godfather of APC, people who thought that they can brought out their money to buy people's mind and consent, and for them to win power. We are complaining, everybody is complaining because Nigeria is getting out of hand. When someone will sit at his home that think that this power is my turn, like I listened to what Tolobo Jagamban said, that he have worked for APC, that he is turn for him to become the president of Nigeria. Under agreement with who? Is he under agreement with your party or the Nigeria general? That is what a question that we need to ask these people. Because, you know, when a father labors for so much, a father needs a retirement. What APC and PDP need is a retirement. Let's give them their retirement, go back home, sit outside. When there is an error, they can call you for assistance for mistake, for advice.
Mr. Goodluck, so what do you think about the Kwankwaso and Peter Obi measure? Do you think it's a welcome idea?
I'm overwhelmed with it. I told one of my friends, if maybe somebody on the air here, I start telling them that I'm seeing a new forces that is coming to win, to take over PDP and APC. Hey, this party I'm seeing is by two parties merging together. It's a welcome idea for both of them merging together to win the race.
Okay, and why, if I may ask, why do you think is a welcome idea?
The reason why, because Samobi have the structure in the east, in south. Why Kwankwaso is there? In north, he have the structure over there. People respect him as a well-known politician, that he will create more structure because other P2B have taken him as his running mate, being the vice president. But I will not like it if Samobi stepped to become his vice president. Let P2B become the president of Nigeria, while he will run as a vice under P2B, so that we can get it right. People are saying, what is it called? The P2B will not have the parliament, or will not have the House of Assembly, the governor to work for. It's a lie. These politicians are shameful. People they don't share. Once they hear today that P2B is declared as a winner as the president of Nigeria, all of them will come to what is it called? Labour Party, for them to have a slot. That is their problem. That is their game, which we know, which we all have known. If you study the Nigeria history of election, is when the Nigeria politics is now where Bella face, now then they face. If he face like this, that is working for APC, all of them will run to APC. And it's a good idea for Kwankwaso to accept the vice president of Nigeria to run under P2B and to get more folks and
do you think Kwankwaso would agree to run as a vice to Peter Obi?
He will, because he have seen the atmosphere, because the atmosphere is clear that Peter B is chanting everywhere. Peter B is the most top man in the race. Everybody is campaigning for Peter B to become the president of Nigeria. You will accept it with more advice and more discussion. He will accept it because he knew if they make him as the president of Nigeria, Peter B will come his vice. He's not going to get it, and people are going to be fed up of supporting Peter B because many of us will be fed up and say, "This is not the plan. This is not what we pray to God that Kwankwaso will accept that fate to become the vice president of what is it called, Peter B, for us to get it right this time." And so that we can retire those that think that they can stay in their house to control a state. After controlling the Lagos state, you control this, you want to control the whole Nigeria and put it in your pocket. Enough is enough. And we are preaching it to the church, to everywhere, to every school, every Nigeria, and every Nigeria, preach it to them, that let them go and get their PVC. Cast your votes for the right person. Let's vote these people on the office.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Good luck for that. Thank you so much for that delivery. That was indeed very impactful and knowledgeable. I keep saying it, Nigeria Watch is a platform where everybody comes to air their views, where people come to sensitize others as to what is happening around us. So I hope you guys would continue to share this video, like and comment, share this video to people, like this video. We always say you should like, because so YouTube can always suggest Nigeria Watch to other people, so more people can come on this platform to air their views, so we can even learn better. Thank you guys so much. So I'm going to move straight to Itohan Raymond. Itohan Raymond, good evening and thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say about the 3 videos we just played earlier?
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me on this platform. First, my main contribution is going to be on the second video. But for the first video, the deputy speaker, I think he's just sitting in that hallowed chamber and behaving himself dishonorably because the people gave him power. So that's what he gets when you give people like that power. They misuse it. So I'm not going to waste my time on him. Then talking about the merger, for me, it's a welcomed idea. It's a movement. I mean, Peter Obi is a moving train, and anybody can join the movement. Okay. And for Kwankwaso, it's his only chance of getting into office is if he merges with Peter Obi, because we are not going to have another northern president. That's not going to happen. Okay. So if he merges with Peter Obi, he could be vice. That would be his only chance of getting into office.
And you think he would agree to be the vice of Peter Obi?
If he doesn't agree to be the vice of Peter Obi, then he has no chance of getting into office, because the truth is, whether Peter Obi wins or not, there's not going to be another northern president, at least not now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Would that be helpful?
So then talking about the structure, the people that thinks Governor Peter Obi is not popular, he's from a small party. See, I live in Vienna. And in Australia, we have political parties. I'm just going to give us briefly statistics. Don't be surprised with the figures, because Australia is quite a small country. There are political parties in Australia. We have the largest is the OVP. They have 600,000 members. The second largest is SPO with 180,000 members. And the third is FPO with 60,000 members. And the next has 7,000 members. Do you know the current president is from this political party that has just 7,000 members?
7,000, wow.
Can you compare it with 600,000? That's almost 100 times more. What did this small political party do, the Grune? They got a candidate that could beat the rest. In fact, in the elections the last time, it was just the 2 last political parties that were competing, because they were only the 2 parties that had credible candidates. And this small party, could you compare 7,000 to 600,000? No governor. See, tomorrow, the president doesn't have 1 governor, 1 mayor. Till now. And They've won the elections was cancelled because they won by a very slim margin. They came back and won better. So you understand that. It doesn't have to come from one. It has happened before. If it has happened somewhere, it can also happen in Nigeria.
That's right.
It doesn't have to come from one big party. All it needs is the people to support. The Labour Party has gotten themselves a candidate. And this candidate is a movement, is a force. And it's Nigerians that is going to make this happen. If we are tired of what is going on right now, if we are tired of this kind of electricity, disabled, crippled electricity that we get, if we are tired of the bad roads, if we are tired of the killings, we are tired of the poverty, we are tired of everything, we can't keep voting these same people.
Every time.
These same recycled, they are not even recycled, they are outdone, they are outused. Who would even call Tinubu a recycled politician? He isn't even recycled, he's used, outused. The only person, for me, that's why I'm even on this platform, the only person that can lead Nigeria right now at this moment is Peter Obi. And thank God he was wise enough to get himself on the ballot. That was wisdom and it was a bold decision. That's why we are even here right now, because somebody got himself on the ballot. If
right.
he didn't do that, we won't be here today. So it's just for every Nigerian, you are in diaspora, get your people together. Talk to people. A lot of Nigerians don't vote. A lot of Nigerians eligible voters in Nigeria has never voted. If those guys has a reason right now to vote, you give them a reason to vote and you educate them on how to vote wisely. Peter Obi would win, not even might win. And even if he doesn't win, like I keep saying, it's better to lose trying than to lose doing nothing. Because doing nothing means you've lost that at the beginning. So it's better to lose fighting than to lose from the beginning. And it won't even be a loss because even the next president will know that, okay, Nigerians are no longer smiling. It's no longer going to be business as usual. Nigerians have changed. We have wisened up. So that's what I think right now. All this no structure, everything, let's let it become an outdated discussion and just move to work.
Okay.
When next we gather like this, let's start thinking of plan, work, structure, next move, suggestions. What should we do next? What's our next move? What should be done? Let's start planning. Let's get to work. It's 8 months. So it's time to get to work. So that's just my own contribution.
All right, thank you, Madam Ituan Raymond. That is indeed very impactful and educated. Thank you so much for that. That was a very smooth delivery. So we're going to move.
Hold on. Please hold on. I have some callers right here. Hello, Mr. Lucky. Please talk to us. Good evening to you. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening.
You have 2 minutes, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening.
Please be audible. Be audible.
I'm in support of Kwankwaso in the running mate of D2B. Reason one, Kwankwaso is not part of the router. He's a nobleman. He's one of the people who run a state without routing or building all over the place or opening account all over the place. Yeah. He's a nobleman too. Because there's something Obi said some time ago. He said, when you're a president or you're a leader, you or your family or your friends or colleagues in the office are not stealing. Everybody, you have reduced stealing to 70%.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to persecute others. You'll be able to hold others accountable when and people around you are doing the right thing. That is, another thing is this. Kwankwaso is well respected. In Northwest, in Kano, is well respected. So, and we need, whether we like it or not, we need not. Another thing now I want us to look at is, things have not started. If the people that are shaking the entire Nigeria right now are people who listen to P2B on internet, on the television, and convinced that P2B is what they want. That is the same way when campaigns start and P2B start moving to university, to churches, to mosques, all these places, people will also listen to him, and that is when PDP and APC, you will see them in action, because these people are afraid. They know if people will be entering that seat.
All right, sir. Because of time.
Anymore.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Anymore.
Thank you, sir.
So many things which.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let's hear from others because we don't have enough time. God bless you, sir. Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Augustine, and I am calling from Canada. I do love to contribute to the conversation.
Yeah, Mr. Augustine, go ahead. You have 2 minutes. Go ahead, please. There's some noise coming from your background.
Okay, I just have to step out of from the TV, sorry. Yeah, can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, better. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say that this is very impressive, and I have never been more proud to be Nigerian than seeing Nigerians come together and wanting intentional change. So what is happening now is phenomenal. It might look small, but I believe that if each and every of us use our resources, to mobilize and try as much as possible to sensitize people, this will go a long way in causing a tsunami. Exactly. Change, revolutionary change in Nigeria. Yeah, I am pretty much very, very happy about this, and I encourage us to continue. Then in terms of Kwankwaso, Kwankwaso, I've followed him for quite some time now. The Kwankwaso movement is nothing to be played with. The Kwankwaso movement is thick, and both the northwestern and the northeastern part of the country. Yeah, the issue now is getting Kwankwaso. I hear a lot of people saying, Kwankwaso is big as well, right? I feel that Peter running with Kwankwaso, we go a long way in, causing some kind of havoc for PDP and APC in the northern part of the country. And I also believe that the eastern part of the country, that will also help. But this is beyond wherever we come from. This is beyond race or religion. This is a whole movement of it on this.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
People saying are tired.
Thank you.
People saying, we no longer want to continue like this.
Yeah.
8 years of PDA, 16 years PDP, and almost 8 years of APC, and now they're giving the flag to somebody who is shaking to a shaking country. So this is a movement, and that's just like.
Thank you very much, sir. Please don't forget to share. Don't forget to share this video for us, please.
Most definitely, I'm going to share it.
Thank you. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Yeah. Hello. Good evening to you. Your name and where you're calling us from. You have 1 minute. Talk to us.
Hello. My name is Ifeanyi. I'm calling from Austria.
Okay, Mr. Ifeanyi, all the way from Austria. You have 1 minute. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay, please, there is one thing I want to say. I want this movement, at least let everybody educate our people in village, because some of them don't know what is going on. So we need to educate them so that they will not collect 2,000 naira or 6 cup of rice or 1 cup of rice to vote for one people. Please, we need to start now to educate them so that Nigeria, we need Nigeria to change. So if we didn't educate them, they will not know.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ifeanyi. All right. In terms of educating the Nigerian youth, or rather Nigerians back home, we're already doing our part. Everybody should do their own part. You know, we all must work together to make this a reality. So that's what we're doing here. Hand over to you back, Kashi. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Niger, well, thank you so much for that. We're going to move straight to the next person we have here, which is To Niger. To Niger, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. What will be your contributions over the 3 videos we posted earlier?
Yeah, thanks for having me, and greetings to members of the panel. And as always, I'm probably going to be a troublemaker again. The guy that said, you know, about Nigerians overseas not having it, obviously he was being silly. He doesn't understand simple logic, really. I don't know why people do this sort of things, but people are weird like that. What can you say? He is doing his thing, and Nigerians condemned him. I hope they've corrected it. In terms of merging with with Kwankwaso, I think that one I think is a logical thing to do, because politically we know that even if this has happened in the world, but it has less chance of happening. Obviously, we know of the case of Macron. We know of in the UK, Nigel Farage. He didn't even make it to becoming a parliamentary member of parliament, but yet he managed to get the UK out of the EU. And so there are so many accomplishments out there that people have managed to, get done without necessarily winning office. And this tells you that there is something else behind power. And I've been saying this, and I will keep saying this, that people that keep having savior mentality, they really have to be careful, because they are handing the power over to an individual. You are the powerful one here. The people are the powerful one, and this is our time to ask for what we want. We keep just clamoring for people, but we are not saying what we want. We are not spelling out what our top priorities are and how we want to see it. We have to have demands. This is how the world works. When Nigel Farage wanted to do what he wants, he says what he wanted from the EU. This is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. You have to decide what you want from these politicians that are getting into office. Because a speaker said earlier on that, these people change party like as if they are changing clothes. You have to ask yourself, what kind of leaders change parties so often? Did they not check the party before they join in the first place? How many times do they have to join from one party to jump from one party to the other? Would they jump party when they get into office again, or would they change their mind again if you are capable of changing your mind so easily? People should be asking serious questions here, because I'm not the kind of person there that will sit here and give my power over to someone else when I don't know. I'm not holding them accountable. You have to hold people accountable here, because we don't want to make the mistake. People always believe in saviors. It's all good. I support that, because it's exciting to see somebody that believes in what you believe in. At least some actually believe. Some people are projecting. They don't really know anything about whom they are supporting. They think they know because they just heard stuff. They really don't know. So I believe that we have to start formulating what we want from these people. And the earlier we start, and you tell them this is a covenant between you and the people. If you get into office, these are the things we need done. From the very first day, within how many months, we are going to be looking out for the results. We want to see accountability. We want to see our security forces put on a stronger footing to be able to deal with the insecurity. We want to be able to have our children go out in the middle of the night and feel safe that nothing is going to happen to them. We want our schools to be open. Those type of things, we have to be demanding these things specifically. And when you look at how these things work, that is how you can achieve something. The earlier speaker also mentioned something that I noted. He said that Nigerian government wouldn't have even cared for our people overseas with this war thing if people were not complaining. Yeah, it's because the people were demanding some action. That is when the governments move. You have to demand action. Nobody you put in office will move, because you know why? Other people that are more powerful, that have more money, that have more power to influence them, will demand that they move on their behalf. So they will be serving other people instead of serving you that didn't prioritize your own needs first. We have to be selfish here. Nigerians have to be selfish and demand change. We have to demand it. It has to be a covenant between the people and whoever makes it into that office. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Tunaija. Thank you for that. That was a very smooth delivery. And we're going to move straight up to Madam Rita. Madam Rita, good evening and thank you for joining us today. So, what will be your contributions on the 3 videos we posted earlier?
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. It's afternoon here. Thank you very much, Kachi and Elvis and everyone in the panel. I'm very happy to be here. Unfortunately, I didn't watch the first video, but based on what everyone has been saying, I think I can get a little bit of grasp of what happened. For the first video, for me, I would say anything that comes from or anyone who speaks from the hallowed chambers in Abuja, and I have conditioned my mind. I've conditioned my mind that anyone that's from the hallowed chamber that speaks against the progressiveness of Nigerians, or that speaks in an analog format, um, in analog implementation of laws. I look at it like it is spoken out of fear, the fear of the elites, the fear of the political class, because all those men, they don't have no career. Their career is just to steal money and just continually stay in the hollow chambers, either sleeping and getting a pot belly. They have no fear. So the fear of the people, the fear of anything new is like, oh my God. So they start spewing out gibberish, and so I wouldn't take any such persons serious, because they just belong to the analog generation, or rather they have refused to become digital. So I wouldn't want to draw myself back, talking about somebody like that. Speaking about the Kwankwaso merger, that would be a very, very good merge. I think one lady mentioned that if Kwankwaso wants to be in the corridors of power, this is an opportunity for him. Apart from that, Kwankwaso has a strong political standing, especially in Kano State. And Kano State is one of the key states in Nigeria. Like I said, Port Harcourt, Lagos, and Kano, those are 3 key states to win in Nigeria. So if Peter Obi's team want to merge with someone just to get that state, someone like Kwankwaso just to get that state, that's a very, very smart move. And it's not just Kwankwaso. I would say Omoyele Sowore, Kingsley Mogalu, Fela Durotoye, even Tunde Bakare, even I would say Wike the Emperor. If they could all merge and bring down these 2 Goliaths of PDP and APC, we can move forward. Seriously, I think what is going on now in Nigeria is a transfiguration of the mindset. And I would say for election day, I would call that Emancipation Day for Nigeria, Emancipation Day for the youths, the old, even the unborn children. Is Emancipation Day, and I pray to God that we will truly be emancipated from the shackles of the evil. I don't want to even call them leaders, the evil elites of Nigeria, because we also know that there are some elites that we do not see on TV. We don't see them on social media. They are just behind the scenes, just committing evil. There's a lot of them, more than the ones that we see. So I also want to say something. The last speaker was talking about, Nigerians will ask questions. There has to be a covenant. I would say the actions that the youths that are taking now, going to get their PVC, it already shows that. And I think Peter Obi himself, based on his antecedents and how he has been speaking so far, I think there's a connection. There's a kind of spiritual connection. The people know what this man can bring to the table, and what he can bring to the table is what he has been explaining. And majority of what he has been explaining is what Nigerians really want. Nigerians, we already know what we want. We know what we want. We have been saying what we want. Now, the thing is, if he gets that seat, I pray that presidential debate, I don't know, I just pray that I will be there, live. I pray that God sustains everybody's life to really watch the presidential debate that's going to come up eventually. I think most of the major questions will be, we want to know the reports of the confab of 2014. the assessment of the security chiefs, the constitution. I mean, those are like major key things to transform and transfigure Nigeria. Because we're talking about transfiguration. It's not just about Nigeria is messed up in all ramifications from top to bottom, from every ministry. So asking for one particular thing is like you have too many options, and too many options that are good and just maybe few as bad. Everything is bad in Nigeria. We need a transfiguration in our mindset and in fact in everything. And I think on election day, I think we should actually pinpoint this point. On election day, I think many of us should stay alert. Those of us that are going to be in Nigeria, stay alert and wait for the counts if you have to, and be ready to bundle up any rascal that's been paid by the thug master, because they're going to be there on that day. The thug masters from the two political parties, they will be there to disrupt a lot of things. So we ought to be ready. The Nigerian youth have to be ready. This is a do or die affair. Let's just call it that. It is a do or die affair, because we need to be free from the shackles of evil in Nigeria. And then and everyone who has we have to be on social media, take videos, pictures, record what you need to record just in case we need to go to court. Everything has to be out there. So that's just about it. So Nigerians really don't need to start enumerating, listing what they really want and all that. Everything is bad. So what we need to do now, the right person to take us out so far. That's what I believe. The right person to take us out of this cage
Sorry for
and this
interrupting you. Can I ask you
quagmire.
a quick question?
I am speaking, sir. I did not interrupt you when we were speaking. So with all due respect, I think I should just
I
finish.
just
I'm
wanted
just
to ask
about
a
to
question.
finish.
That's fine.
Thank you very much. Now the person that would help us is Peter the Rock Obi, that would help us. That is my own personal belief, that can change this mindset, that can transfigure our mindset, that would transfigure everything that we hope for ourselves, our children, and the unborn generation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Rita. Thank you so much for that. We're just going to move straight. We have some new people just joining here. We have Mr.
Are people
Tiobala.
not allowed to ask questions?
Mr. Tiobala, good evening and thank you for joining us today. John E, thank you so much. Welcome back, Mr. Andrew. Mr. Tiobala, good evening and thank you for joining us today. What do you have to say based on the video we posted earlier? And sorry, Mr. Tunanja, yes, people are allowed to ask questions, but you don't interrupt other people when they are talking. Is quite rude. So there will be time for us to ask questions, and people would get to answer.
Madam Kachi, good afternoon.
Mr. Tiobala, please go ahead.
Before I go ahead, I think it's important that that young man should ask his question, because we don't know what he's going to ask.
Yes, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying there won't be room for anybody to ask questions. But she was talking. Madam Rita was talking. I believe nobody interrupted Mr. Tunanja when he was making his own point. So I really do not think is very okay to interrupt people when they are talking.
Okay.
You can just jot your questions down just so you don't forget. Then after that you can ask for a permission to ask your question, because we have other people here that have not even said anything since the live started 2 hours ago. So Mr. Tunanja, please go ahead and ask your question, please.
So if you were to put 3 priorities that you want from your government, what would be the top 3 that you want from anybody that makes it into office?
Are you asking me the question, sir?
Yes, Madam Rita.
Okay, the first one is the reports from the confab. I actually mentioned 3. The reports from the confab in 2014, when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was president. To date, we are yet to see the reports, and I think the reports will help us in the constitution. And number 2 will be the constitution of Nigeria. I think if number 1 and 2 has been dealt with, then we will not know if Nigeria has to go into a regional system of government or any other form of government, just to make things, just to make the wheel afloat. And then the third one is the assessment of the security chiefs of Nigeria. The assessment is very important. And we are a tribal nation, multilingual nation as well. And when you talk about security, conflict of interest is very, very key. So we have a lot of Fulani security chiefs or people from the northern extraction as in head of different security apparatus in Nigeria. And also, I think that would also affect, the way security is being handled, in Nigeria. When I mean security, I mean like the army, the navy, even immigration, because we're dealing with the borders. So if you have an Igbo man, for example, in the border in Chad, between Cameroon and Nigeria, and you have a Fulani man who obviously has a relative in Cameroon, you just allow your people to just go in. It doesn't work that way. So those are my three key points. If you are asking me those questions, those are my 3 points: reports of the confab, assessment of security chiefs, and the constitution. Thank you.
Good to know. And I think this is why it's important to be asking this question, because my own priorities is very different. I believe that many Nigerians, that will not be their top priority. You see what I
Okay,
mean?
Mr. Tunanja, what's your
Good
priority?
Nigeria, you are entitled to your own opinion. Please let us speak
I
up.
know. I'm not
You are entitled to your own
condemning
opinion.
Thank you
What
so
is
much.
the first
I think I
honorable
can
position
come
of governance?
I'm not
You know
condemning
all those
anybody.
things.
I just
Please.
okay. I don't know. See, you guys just want to have a group think. If that's what you want, I will leave. Because if you don't want to
We
hear
are not saying.
a
Let
friend's
us speak
opinion,
up. Everybody
see,
have a right to his own
my
opinion.
own top priority is one, security. Our people cannot go out without feeling, they can't feel safe. They keep getting
That is the
kidnapped.
primary purpose of
That's number
government.
one. That's number one.
Exactly.
Then the second one is transparency, because there is lack of trust in government and the people don't pay into any system of government. We can't collect tax. We can't fund our education system. We can't fund anything else. That is two. The third one is electricity. It's very, very possible to solve the problem of electricity within 2 years in Nigeria. If we do the right thing, we do it smartly. But the problem is, if we don't get this three, if you do this three, leave the rest to Nigerians, they will take care of the country. I know that for sure.
Thank you so much. It's okay. Madam Rita, can I come in? That's Rita. Madam Kachi, can I come in now?
Hello, Kashi, can you hear? Or I think she has some network issue right there. Please, guys, just hold on. Yeah, you can hear me. Hold on, please. I have a video I need to play here before we have Kashi back. All right, people, thank you very much. I can see that we were already getting out of line, but that's fine. Everybody are in pains right now. We want the change, and I'm in support of that. We're talking about running mate. Doing we're being asked about Peter Obi's running mate. I would like us to see his response for this one. Thank you.
I mean, hooligans driving away people. We should not allow it in this country. It should not happen.
All right, Dr. Okupe, let's talk about what expectations Nigerians should have in relation to who Peter Obi's likely running mate will be, and what's going to inform that decision.
That's a very tough one. The issue of the running mate, number one, it has to come from the north. The running mate must come from the north. But luckily for us, we don't have the problems that the APC has. That Peter Obi is a Christian. Most people in the north, I hope I'm not saying what is not right, but many people, in the far north are Muslims. So it's a question of picking somebody either from the far north or from the middle belt, but essentially has to be a Muslim. But also we are thinking, because Obi is, extremely or superlatively popular in the south, the penetration in the north is still not at a desired point that we will like it. So we need somebody, a very strong political figure, who himself, on his own, has both the political resource and the financial resource and the sagacity, to popularize this movement in the north itself. So those are the things that we're looking at. And, I also hope that the person is a young person.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, people. I just wanted to bring that one up there. For those of you trying to call Kashi, the number to call right now, you can call our main number. It's on the screen right here, and let me pick your calls. Before I come back to you on the panel, please just be patient with me. Let me pick at least 4 calls, and then we'll take it from there. We already have Kashi back now. Hello, Mr. Mike. Thanks for calling us. Please, you have 1 minute to talk to us.
Okay. My contribution will be to say that
I agree with what Rita said earlier. The most urgent thing to do for the incoming government will be to put the agreement made by Nigerians into work, which is the 2014 confirm. Because all what this person who asked a question, I don't know, the next person, I think Nigeria child also, all what he's talking about security, transparency, and everything. If he implement the 2014 confirm, everything is there, even devolution of power. So it will take care of electricity because they've given the state the right to generate their own electricity so that if KD is not generating, it doesn't prevent Bayelsa from generating. So that 2014 confirm is like the constitution. That is the most important thing. Within the first 1, 2, 3 months, it should be put in place.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're supposed to be on the screen with us, though.
Well, I'm hanging. I'm waiting for. Let's give me your space.
All right. Okay. Don't worry. I will leave very soon. Thank you, sir. Just keep pressing it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Please, everybody can start calling back Kashi now. Kashi, put your phone number back on the screen and hand over back to you. Hello, Kashi, are you there?
All right, thank you. Yes, I'm here, Mr. Ninja Watch. Thank you so much, Mr. Ninja Watch. Please, I just really want to urge everybody to let's always try and stay true to the topic. You know, if you have any suggestion as to what you would want us to talk about, as to what you want us to bring onto this platform for a debate, fine, you can always send us a private chat. You can always put it in the comment section or something. So I just want to urge all of us to just stay true to the topic, at least because we work with a time frame, so we don't exceed our time every time and we don't deviate from what we are talking about, because we have a lot of people watching us and people click on this because of maybe the topic that we put out there for us to talk about. So please, I urge all of us to try and always stay true to the topic. Thank you very much. Mr. Tiyobala, it was your turn to talk before the network started. So Mr. Tiyobala, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the good work you are doing right here.
Thank you.
First of all, though I joined late, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, though I joined it, I was able to play back some of the video you put there. So it's rather so unfortunate for us to have some people who are representing North in our various constituency saying all those things at the Hollow Chamber. Is so disheartening. Coming back to the issue of running mate with Rabi Kwankwaso, I think it would be a very welcoming idea if he agreed to really work with Peter Obi, because the northern side of the country happens to be Muslim dominated region, and having him as a running mate will be an added advantage for Peter Obi. But one thing we must put into consideration is the fact that because he has not accepted the offer, or I don't know how the conversation is going at the moment, so it will be a kind of thing discussed, and then they will not see how to see a different result. I want to use this medium to really talk to pass a message to Obi or whoever that is in charge of his own campaign or whatever, should go and seek for alternative in case this doesn't work out. They have a better viable candidate can represent them in that space. So I think that would be very, very okay, because we don't want a situation whereby we'll not be disappointed at the end of the day. And I also want Obi to know that no matter the pressure from the People Democratic Party or whatever, it should not back to them, because the way the masses are duly for him right now. So it should not set our conscience, or it should not set our trust to all those political parties. Like I always said before, me as a person, I've been voting PDP right from birth. So today I'm choosing to vote LP, despite the fact that I'm in the US. I will definitely fly myself back to Nigeria when the time comes. So it's something I must do for myself and for my generation. Because I see so many things happening in Nigeria that is not welcoming. Because people were talking about constitution, talking about security. Peter Obi has said it earlier. A man does not know where the next man will come from. Is a potential bandit. We are even talking about Boko Haram, we are talking about bandits. The one happening within our nation is even worse than that. People are not being using their fellow human being for ritual because they want to make money. I keep on asking this question. This money they're even using people to do, it's not even enough. If you go to UK, US, Canada, people are monthly salary they are receiving is even more than what they are clamoring for. Even no, I see no reason why Nigeria should be going to that angle. Why? Because they don't have job. They don't have job. They don't know what. They don't have anything doing. So the more reason, because when you are talking about security, security should be your primary aim or should be your focal point. The point is that go and check. Are Nigerians being employed for job, or is there even job for them to do? So when you are talking about microeconomy to grow your economy and all that, fine, light is the major thing you have to think out for. But what light is very simple to do. We have different means of producing light. We have the solar system. I have friends in Benin who are using 24 hours of light supply. They have their solar system. Sorry to mention the in Kelowna, up to date, lights have not off in that city. So if they can do it there, definitely we Nigeria we can do it in other parts. Provided we should not rely on solely on that whether a national grid or so. There are other means we can generate light. So I see there's no problem with that. When we have a reasonable leader, when we have a leader who is people driven, definitely we put all this in place. Not person who is importing generator to expect to come and fix light for you, or someone who his hand is shaking, you expect to come and do one or two things for you. See, whether you like it or not, you cannot give what you don't have. I keep on saying it. Most of these leaders we have at the hollow chamber, whether be the presidency or senate or wherever, they lost in touch with the reality. They don't know what is going on at the moment. They cannot even visit other states or other country to know how they are doing it. This is what Peter B has shown to the world. He have visited Morocco to know, okay, you people generate over 55,000 megawatts of electricity. How did you do about it? How did you go about it? He have been able to study this, he felt. He go around the states, Vietnam, and many other states to know, okay, this production, how people going about it. Before they mark campaigning for production, we know what he's talking about. We say we should push for ask question. The only question we can ask now is for us to push a leader which we believe can represent us both at the state and the national level. Please, Kwankwaso should be the right person if he agree. If he doesn't agree, doesn't matter.
So do you think what do you think, because Mr. Jimo asked a question in the comment section, and do you think should be the running mate? Do you think Kwankwaso should be the running mate, or you think Peter Obi should be the running mate?
I think there is no doubt about this thing. The answer is so clear to the extent that Peter Obi is a movement. Haven't seen is the way he has articulated his plan.
Kwankwaso himself know about it.
I keep on saying it. It will be a difficult movement for Peter Obi if APC have not made a mistake. If APC have given Osibajo ticket, it will be a different ball game entirely. But thank God they made that very huge mistake by giving it to Tinubu. You know, what am I trying to bring up in essence? We see a man with a vision. You know, so there is no doubt Peter Obi should be the candidate. If Kwankwaso he be the running mate, but I urge him to do, because that will give him the opportunity to come to the limelight. If he said no problem. There are other viable northerners.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Timbala. I said okay. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, there are other viable northerners who we can use. It is not about Peter Obi. It's about the people of the country. There are so many things that is not working in that country, because I keep people. You see, the problem we are having in that country, if you ask me, are the policy maker, especially the educational policy maker, my dear people of Nigeria, educational policy maker is not working in Nigeria. In the USA, you can even carry your notebook to exam hall and write. Carry your notebook. As in one of the exams I wrote here, it was inside my room. In Nigeria, they attributed 70%. What am I trying to say? If you don't have right people in the right, you have, because if you don't produce a good people, if you don't educate your people well, not people that will graduate with corruption or with a 2-1 with bribing and corruption, we don't need that. Please, Peter B is the key, is the way out. In short, I'm highly obedient. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiobala. Okay, we're going to move straight to John E. John E, good evening and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, good
What would
evening.
be
How are
your
you doing?
contributions based on the 3 videos we shared earlier?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a number of things to say. First off, I'm glad that at least the youth of Africa, especially West Africa, have somehow woken up and are getting more engaged in the building of their society, because it is their society. One thing that I would, a few things to note. I mean, one thing, and I don't want to, because I know there's a lot of hope around Peter Obi, right? There's a lot of hope around him. So I don't want it to come off as I'm attacking him, because all that's going to do, it's going to, all of these people who have a lot of emotions and hope towards his candidacy are going to have a backlash towards what I'm saying. So I'm not looking to attack him in any way. All I'm asking is that as I'm expressing my views, people that are listening listen with an open mind. But from what I'm hearing, though, most people that are hoping on Peter Obi, they're really looking at him from some sort of messiah point of view. They're really looking at him as an individual that somehow is going to change everything in the country. And I think that while it's really good that, Nigerians are talking about their country and about their politics and about their future, I think that it should be done in a little bit more of a systematic and rigorous way. Now, when you look at Nigeria, Nigeria has a lot of problems, and these are not small problems that one individual is going to be able to fix. And I'm not talking against him. I'm just saying Nigerians should really open their eyes to what's in front of them. You have things going on in the north. You have literally a different sort of legal system in the north that is completely orthogonal to the way that a lot of other people in the south think. That's something that you're going to have to grapple with. That's not that those are irreconcilable differences in many ways. So the concept of an irreconcilable difference isn't something that you can just gloss over. You're going to have to come to terms with. There are some people in the country that fundamentally don't see life the way you see it, and it has led to a lot of danger and bloodshed. Another thing, in terms of what your government is actually going to be able to accomplish for you, Nigeria is going to need trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, US dollars, of development, infrastructure investment to get the level of development that they need. If you walk around in any modern country, I mean, the level of infrastructure investment in those countries happened over hundreds of years. So, you have to watch out when politicians tell you they're going to do things. You have to put dollars behind them. Where are they going to get these dollars from? How Peter Obi is saying that he wants to transform Nigeria from a consumption country to a production country. You're going to need trillions of dollars of industrial and manufacturing investment. On top of that, you're going to have to create the relationships with suppliers and buyers all around the world in order to actually make this a reality. So all I'm saying is that, because I'm someone who has just a passion for Africa, and I love our people and I want the best for our people. And I think the youth are doing the right thing in terms of getting involved. I'm just saying that there are a lot of things that, we shouldn't approach purely from an emotional standpoint, but we should really approach them from, using sense. Like when you think about Nigeria, it's not one country. We were created by the British, whether you like it or not. Whether you're going to have someone come and say, well, God put it together or someone else put it together, it was a creation of the British and they put it together for economic reasons. What that did was it truncated the development of a lot of ethnic nationalities that were on a trajectory of building their own nations, building their own societies, developing their own cultures. How do you plan to reconcile that? You're not going to be able to reconcile that unless you appreciate the fact that we do have differences as different cultures, different nations, and different ethnicities. How are you going to truncate the fact that a lot of ethnicities within Nigeria still want self-determination? They're not at war with you. They don't hate you, but they simply want an option not to be in Nigeria. You cannot disenfranchise them by telling them that they cannot have a right to self-determination. So while I'm really, really optimistic that the youth are starting to, talk about things that that are related to, and someone said the confab report. Listen, I mean, ultimately, what you're going to have is a referendum. It's an inevitable consequence of being put together forcefully. So what I'm saying is that I'm excited about more engagement, more more open discussion about what's going on inside the country. But let's
Okay.
let's think about it with our eyes wide open. Where are you going to
Okay, Mr. John, so sorry I'm going to interrupt you. I just want to quickly ask a question. So
Sure.
what do you think about Kwankwaso being the running mate for, or not the running mate, what do you think about Kwankwaso and Peter Obi merge? Do you think it's a welcoming idea? And if yes, why do you think so? And also, what do you say about who is going to be the running mate? Do you think Peter Obi will be the running mate, or you think Kwankwaso should be the running mate?
So when it comes to Kwankwaso, I mean, this again goes along with the idea of some messiah, right? It's the idea that we need people. It's personalities. It's people. Has anyone stopped to ask what is do these two individuals have opposing ideologies? Have they worked together in the past? What are their worldviews? Do their worldviews even are they compatible? Like, do the worldviews of the people that are following these people, are they compatible? I mean, if it's simply about a ticket that's going to somehow get the people in the north and get the people in the south to come together and vote for, ultimately you have to ask yourself, what are these people's worldviews? How are they going to actually collaborate, or are they going to be at odds with each other? Kwankwaso being Peter Obi's running mate, or Peter Obi being Kwankwaso's running mate, I think what you're doing is you're jumping from the frying pan into the fire. What the
So
youth
you think it's not a welcome idea?
No, I mean, look, it's really, look, for me personally, I would say that Nigerian youth need to be highly aware of the fact that going to elections and validating the 1999 Constitution, which we all agree is fraudulent, has consequences. Strategically, Kwankwaso being Peter Obi's running mate, that is a strategic decision that might get him to win the election. But the question is, listen, once he wins an election or loses the election, maybe you still have to have the majority of the votes, 25% of votes in 2/3 of the states. So you still have to somehow come up with the mathematics where Peter Obi is going to have 25% of the votes in states that are have nothing to do with him, except if Kwankwaso is there. So the point I'm trying to make is that I'm not really worried about Kwankwaso being his running mate or Peter Obi being. It's once you have your election, how are you going to grapple with the realities of everything that I talked about? How are you going to grapple with the reality of Sharia law in 12 states? How are you going to grapple with the reality that people deserve self-determination unless you want to just disenfranchise people? How are you going to grapple with the fact that although Peter Obi comes from a banking background, look at Nigeria's capital expenditures. Look at it from an expenditure standpoint. Is he just going to continue to bankrupt us? Because you can't make money out of thin air without completely debasing your currency. The naira is probably going to be 1,000 naira to $1 next year. Where are you going to get the trillions of dollars in order to create your industrial and manufacturing platform? You're going to borrow it. How are you going to overnight educate hundreds of millions of Nigerians to have the skills of today that they need? And how are you going to market those skills on an international stage? All I'm saying is that the youth of Nigeria should probably focus not on just saying Kwankwaso, Peter Obi, the collaboration from heaven. No, you should ask real questions. You should really comb through what these people are saying. If Peter Obi is so God sent, why isn't he focusing on the court case in Abuja right now that's trying to give everyone a chance for a referendum? He wants to give back the ownership of Nigeria to Nigerians. That's through a referendum. So Peter Obi is one person. What are you going to do about the legislative branch? What are you going to do about all of the other branches of government that are probably going to limit him from actually doing anything significant? So all I'm saying, I'm not against Peter Obi because I know there's emotions, and I don't want people to think that I'm attacking him because I'm Igbo. I'm one Igbo. So I don't, it's not like I want him to fail. All I'm saying is that the reality of the situation is much more difficult than the hopes and dreams people are bringing into the conversation. When I hear someone saying, "Oh, I'm obedient," it's like, okay, well, it's catchy, but are you mindlessly obedient? Do you care to know about the actual numbers of what's going on? Do you not care about the facts on ground?
Mr. John, I really would like to know the point that you're driving at. I really want to know what exactly you're talking about because it feels like you're not
point,
hitting the nail on the head. I
okay,
want
so
to know what exactly you're trying to say.
My point is very similar to the gentleman who spoke people ago, which is that you need to have concrete objectives for the people that you are looking to elect into office. And you need to, not only that you need to have concrete objectives for those people that you're trying to elect into office, you need to scrutinize the responses to your questions. So Peter Obi, like this is my point. Peter Obi says he's going to change from consumption to production. I want to see the documentation that Peter Obi has produced to show us how. And don't say it's some, it's not some magical, mythical, hidden secret that he's going to hide from everyone until the last minute. No, show us, Peter Obi, how are you going to actually change? Where is the money going to come? Because you owe that to us. Additionally, you said you're going to give the power, you're going to give the ownership of Nigeria back to Nigerians. Does this mean you're in support of self-determination? And if not, why not? How are you going to do that? Show us the actual plan.
Okay, so what candidates do you think has all of these qualities you're trying to talk about? Because I mean, we only have 3 major people right now, which is Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi. So, because obviously it feels like you're not very convinced with the whole Peter Obi movement. So I'm going to put this.
No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
No, but that's what you've been trying to say. That's what you've been trying to say.
Don't put words in my mouth, please. I beg you. Don't put words into my mouth. I'm not like I said at the very beginning, because I understand there are a lot of emotions behind people. Most youth, as long as they're genuine and they're not being paid by politicians in Nigeria, most youth just want a better country for themselves. They at least want to have.
Please ask him what is the way forward.
Okay, don't interrupt me. Most youth just want to have a better country for themselves. They want to live like their counterparts in the developed world. That's what they want. So I'm not, and that's why I said I'm not here to disparage Peter Obi. But what I'm saying is, clearly it's not Tinubu. Clearly it's not Atiku. So I'm not against you guys rallying behind Peter Obi, right? But I'm saying that before you go and vote for Peter Obi, you need to have him explicitly give you the not the, oh, we're going to make everything better and everything's going to be amazing. No, because if there's no substance to it, it's not going to work. And more importantly, why has Peter Obi not come out and talked about the case in Abuja right now that is talking about self-determination? What is his opinion? So
all right, thank you, Mr. John. I think I understand where you're driving at. Thank you so much for that contribution.
Kachi, will you allow me to respond to the last speaker, please?
Just hold on, Mr. Andrew. Okay, that's fine. Somebody's mic is on. Okay, Mr. John, thank you so very much. I think I understand what exactly you're trying to say.
I hope you do. It's a function. It's a function of really understanding what the individual is going to bring to the table. If Peter Obi is going to come and, as people are saying, we all just need to be obedient because he's miraculously going to change, Sharia law in the north, and he's going to defeat Boko Haram, and all, he's going to be Superman. If that's really the reality, which is not reality.
Okay, Mr. Andrew has a question for you, Mr. John. Mr. Andrew, please go ahead and ask your question. Mr. Andrew, are you there, please?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I was having issues with my.
Okay, please go ahead and ask your question.
Respectfully, sir, you've said a lot. Okay, now, Kashi Hacks, you said you need Peter Obi should provide a blueprint as to how he's going to change the country around. Is that correct?
Yes, that's exactly what
No, I need him to respond. I don't want to take words, put words.
No.
Mr. John, can
you excuse me. If there's a difference between, when you're building a house, there's a difference between architectural drawings and construction plans. Peter Obi can't provide a beautiful picture of a building without telling you the exact components and materials he's going to use in order to construct it. Nigeria is 100 years old. Nigeria still doesn't have like basic utilities. So I'm not here trying to disparage Peter Obi. So I'm not Peter Obi's enemy. I'm not the person that's trying to tell him not to come run for president or you not to go to vote for him. All I'm telling you is there's a difference between hope and strategy. So whether he has an architectural drawing or is different from having construction plans. And as someone who has, and I'm not bragging, multiple degrees in the things that are going to be needed to move Nigeria forward, I have not seen him say something of substance. And the reality is, like I said, the money's not there.
Sir, you don't. I was given a chance to ask you a question. You've not answered my question. The question I'm asking you is: you said you need Peter Obi to provide a blueprint on how he's going to turn the country around. Could you confirm or deny that, please?
I need construction plans. I don't need architectural drawings.
Sir, a blueprint can be a
Mr. Andrew, that's fine, please. Let's just move already. I'm so sorry for interrupting. We're going to move to the next person we have here, which is DES. Good evening, DES. Thank you for joining us today. And what will be your contributions based on the 3 videos that we displayed earlier, please?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, about the videos, actually about concerning Kwankwaso, I think Kwankwaso is the right guy for Peter Obi to go for, but I honestly don't think Kwankwaso is gonna agree to be his running mate.
Okay, so why do you think
as
so?
Peter Obi is a movement in the south, Kwankwaso is a movement in the north. Both of them are like giants, and I don't know who's gonna fall for, each other. Like, okay, I accept being your VP, so I don't know. If that doesn't work, I still advise Peter Obi to go for a credible northern Muslim that can also push, speak in the walls, speak in Hausa to the Hausas, and let them know what this project is all about. Because I don't think I've seen any Hausa platform, speaking, and they don't really do that a whole lot. And most of the people that do kind of hide from the camera, so you don't really know them. And also about the last guy that was talking about Peter Obi not having a blueprint or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna reply to him that, yeah, I think assuming he's like seen most of Peter Obi's videos, he's gonna tell you that borrowing is not. There's nothing wrong with borrowing. That's what Peter Obi always tells you. There's nothing wrong with borrowing, but what you do with the borrowed money, that is what matters the most. That most of the money Nigerians have borrowed, they don't put it in the right places so that the economy is going to boom. Peter Obi tells you that. He's not telling you that he's going to magically create wealth or whatever. He's still telling you that he's going to borrow money. I'm Igbo, yeah. I grew up in Onitsha. If anybody know about Onitsha, Onitsha was the worst place in Anambra State. Worst. When I mean worst, you can't even. I lived in Opiweka, Onitsha. You can't even walk 7 p.m. at night without getting robbed. And thankfully, when I was in Onitsha, I was in secondary school. Peter Obi was the governor. Became the governor of Anambra State. And the way Anambra State drastically changed was unbelievable. I'm not saying this because to be sentimental or to be like I'm from Igbo and Peter Obi is like he went to the same secondary school I went to, which was Christ the King College, CKC. I'm not saying this because I'm a CKC old boy and he's a CKC old boy. I'm saying this because I was there, I experienced it, I saw what he did. I saw what he did, and he proved to me that something can actually be done if the right person is there. He has proven to me that something can actually be done if the right person is there. Believe me, if it was, what's his name, Okorocha that was there, I'll be against him 100%. Be against Okorocha because I know who Okorocha is. I know he's not good for the job. This P2B movement is not just because we are being sentimental or because he's the only man right now. He's the man that has proven that he can actually do it. He has proven with the least resources he had that this can be possible. The guy is saying that he doesn't have group. If you watch all his videos, he's telling you that he's been here, and he studied how they do it. And he's telling you that this can be done here because we are 200 million people. And Vietnam is, I don't know, less than what Nigeria is. And they're exporting way more goods than what Nigeria that with 200 million people are doing. Texo plant in North, they're not using it. He's telling you that these stores can be reopened and make in such a way that the economy of Nigeria is going to boom. There's a lot of resources in Nigeria that the only thing that Nigeria is thinking about is oil. He's telling you that there's no longer anything to share in the oil. The oil is finished. That we're going to go from consumption to production. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Let me just, if I can respond for 20 seconds.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yes, thank you so much for that.
If I can just respond for.
We're going to be rounding this broadcast very soon because I just got informed that we have a broadcast coming up just immediately after this, please. So I want to urge everybody
for just 20 seconds.
Please. So we're going to give everybody a 1 minute opportunity to just quickly round up on everything that they've talked about already. So I'm going to start with the first person on my list to please let's keep to the time, guys. 1 minute to just round up everything that you have already said so far. The first person on my list is my name is IK. My name is IK. Good evening, sir. Your 1 minute starts now, please. Mr. IK, are you there, please? Okay, I guess Mr. IK is not ready for us. I'm going to move straight to Naija. Naija, please, your 1 minute start now.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I just remind people that without security, all else will fail. And without fixing our distrust in government and our lack and the issue of corruption that we perceive in government, whatever you plan is going to come to fruition. And when people talk about constitution and all the other stuff, that is something that you do when you have the room for it. We are in a storm right now, and we are talking about making teacups and all the rest of it. We need to fix our tent and build the little foundation solidly first. Then we have the time to fix these issues, because a lot of people will disagree. A lot of people will agree. Then while you're arguing with that, then we are in the same mess that we're in now. We have to move and demand serious change. Without fixing these two major areas, we can't move forward. Just check the data online and you find that this is the fact. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunaija. Thank you. That was very brief and very smooth. Thank you so much. Mr. Aigbe, your 1 minute start now, please.
Thank you, Mr. Kashi. You see, I want to say that everybody, who really wants us to change the status quo, of the system of government in Nigeria, should go and ready and canvass, his people to vote for Peter Obi. And those of us who have not yet, registered for PVC back home, like the way we see the Catholic Church. Because we the Christians, we are too disobedient. We are disobedient people. That is why you see we are still roaming around in this mess that that we are still getting ourselves today, seeing intimidating the Christians around the Nigeria state. And I want to say that we that having the vision of say, yes, this is the time or never, we should not, there are some bunch of distraction. We should not be distracted. Let us focus. And I believe that, as I always say, when the Messiah were coming, people will not believe. There are many of those people in the Egypt. Do you know that there are some of the Israelites who were left behind in Egypt? The rest of them ones, they move on. So definitely some of us will not agree or will not believe that this is the time of Nigeria. And those of us, some of us who still believe, strongly in Biafra agitation in their heart, who will one way or the other try to, convince people or not let people to know they are left or right, try to make people not to know what they are doing. I want to let us to know that we should put Biafra agitation aside. Yes, Nigeria have experienced in 2014. We all know all this. But we need a strong, person who can say yes to power, who can say no to power, and who can give us a democratic system of government.
Okay.
And I believe that before I rest my case, I believe that the journey of the Israelites, as I said before, it starts from a step. We are going to start from a step. We are going to start from a step. So thank you. And as we start from a step, we will arrive the Israel that we are going to. God bless you and good night.
God bless you too, Mr. Aigbe. Thank you so much for that contributions. Madam Rita, your 1 minute start now, please.
Okay, thank you, Kachi. Yeah, I just want to encourage everyone to stay positive, steadfast, and if you want to know more about Peter the Rock Obi, I would advise everyone to watch all his videos. It's free on YouTube. To get to know the man as a person, as a family man, as an administrator, and as a true technocrat. So that's all I have to say. God bless everyone, and have a good afternoon and good evening wherever you are.
God bless you too, Madam Rita. Thank you so much for staying true to time and for that smooth delivery. We're going to move straight to Mr. Tiyobala. Mr. Tiyobala, please, your 1 minute starts now.
Thank you so much. I just want to use this medium to quickly beg on Nigerians. Peter Obi have already told us what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. As in Nigeria now, we have the resources. In terms of human, we have it. In terms of intellectual, we have it. So how he's going to fix it, how he's going to do that, everything is already in place. I'm in the US, I don't see anything different from what's happening here that we Nigeria cannot replicate. Is it human resources we don't have? Is it the brain? We have it. So if you are not convinced, please, I will advise you, watch the video. If you are still not convinced, then present a candidate to us. Let us know who we are going to follow. Because telling us to ask questions, now one of the process we are going to take in answering that question is first of all to elect a government that when we ask questions, it will respond to us. Many people ask questions during the answer, they were killed. Many people ask questions before now, nothing happened. As who is asking questions, nobody's responding to them. Most of our brothers and sisters are at home doing nothing. Our education system is in shambles. All the sectors in Nigeria have already collapsed. Look at the north, producing nothing with very arable land everywhere. We don't even have refinery. Please, we have a leader who is committed, someone rather who is committed in helping us to revamp this economy, which is a person of Peter Obi. I'm urging everyone, go and watch his video. All the steps that he's going to use to actualize that vision is already there. And we Nigeria, we put everything before him. We have many people, technical everywhere. We can suggest to him. This is a man that is visible to every Nigerian. He's a man we can ask questions. Other presidential aspirants, we are not seeing them. They are not appearing on television. They are not appearing on radio. We don't even see them to ask questions. The last time we are going to see them is during campaign. They will be raising hand up and down. Then we cannot ask questions over there. Please, we already see the man. Let's first of all take the first step by voting him into power. Then the next step will not be demanding constitutional review and other things alongside. Please go and get your PVC and remain obedient. That is the key.
Thank you so much, Mr. Obedient. Thank you so much, Mr. Tuyobala, for that. And we're going to move straight to Mr. John E. Your 1 minute starts now, please.
All right, thank you again, and I just want to reemphasize I'm not against Peter Obi. I think the youth of West Africa have a tremendous amount of potential. One thing we should be very careful though is of putting a religious overlay on everything. Though I will give you a Bible quote, which is, when I was a child, I talked as a child, I thought as a child, I reasoned like a child, but when I became a man, I put away my childish things. The
Need to
reality,
crack bones now, my guy.
excuse me, and you know, you interrupted my 1 minute. We're having a cordial discussion. Try and control yourself. The reality is that Peter Obi is going to have a significant amount of challenges that he's going to have to reconcile with. And it's important for us to understand that within the context of what is currently called Nigeria, there are a lot of irreconcilable differences. Those are differences, no matter how you try and break them apart, can't be reconciled. I appreciate that he's going to use money to borrow debt, but you yourself wouldn't allow, your brother or your sister that clearly isn't productive to borrow all the money in the world under your name. We have irreconcilable differences within Nigeria. We have parts of the country that ideologically don't agree with one another and cannot be forced to agree with one another. So all I'm saying, I'm not against Peter Obi, because when you say you're against something and people try to attack you, I'm not against Peter Obi. All I'm saying is I'm against this messiah outlook of him in the face of real world problems, real world concerns. And those concerns are irreconcilable. So I would really encourage people to think about what questions or what standards they are going to hold him to if he gets elected. And I would also encourage the youth of West Africa to take back their sovereignty, because they have beautiful nations that are waiting to be developed. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. John. I believe that was very, very explanatory. Thank you so much for that smooth delivery. The next person here is Mr. DES. Your 1 minute starts now, please.
Yeah, thank you. All I have to say is everybody should get their PVC. Everybody in Nigeria. I've told my mom, my brothers to get theirs and try and vote. It's really important this time around. Come 2023, I feel like PDP and APC are going to be surprised. They're really going to be surprised. And whatever happens, if Peter B gets there and he doesn't deliver, we the people has the power. That's what we don't understand. We the people has the power to remove and put anybody in that seat. We have the power, and we have to believe that we do. If anything in this America, if anything that happens that Biden start misbehaving, I tell you that Americans are gonna move forward and march and protest. That is how America is. And if Nigeria youths and everybody in Nigeria thinks like that, I feel like Nigeria is gonna go well. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Diggy. Yes, and we're going to move straight to Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, please, your 1 minute starts now.
Thank you very much. Kachia, first of all, we'll have to address you with due respect. This panelist is not formed on the basis of all of us agreeing on one thing. This panelist is formed of people coming to hear their view, then we have the right to rebut whatever they say. Because millions and thousands and millions of people are listening to us. I am addressing Mr. John. Respectfully, Mr. John, whatever you've said on this platform is a calculated move. And I'm going to address you carefully because this thing is on live show. Now, I admonish you to go and check the history of Peter Obi. If you're looking for a blueprint, he was never a president, but he was governor for 8 years. And he did what he needs to do. And there is nobody in Anambra State. I don't know him from anywhere. I gave my vote to Peter Obi when I listened to Doyin Okupe spoke. When Peter Obi left PDP to Labour. So coming here saying that we are all high on emotions or this, and people are right to be right on emotion because the state the country is right now, you will not blame anybody. You said a lot of things, and I'm not happy that we could not provide a rebuttal because it's not on this show again, and I don't do things that way. I can't ask him questions based on what he said, and he has already said the things he wants to say. Millions of people are listening because we're trying to revamp people's mind, and you allowed somebody to come to say such things, and he's left. Now we cannot rebut it. What sort of a show is this? This panelist is not formed on the basis that we all have to agree. We're trying to move forward, and somebody came here and saying we are all high on emotion, this and that. Which candidate does he have? Is he providing? You asked him a question that he could not answer. I don't appreciate this.
Mr. Andrew, you asked a question too, and he was unable to give us an answer. So
then you should have allowed me to rebut him. Let me rebut him. Let me ask him. Let me rebut him.
Mr. Andrew, please, you're meant to you stay on your 1 minute. Please,
I yield the floor back to you. Thank you.
The next person here is Mr. Charles, please. Mr. Charles, please, your 1 minute starts now. Okay, I guess Mr. Charles is not ready for us, and that will be
sorry, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay,
hello?
Mr. Charles, please, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay, all I want to say is this. If people want to know more about Peter Obi, let them go and ask Obino, the previous governor that just left, how he managed, where he got the money he used to build the Anambra airport. Because I was listening to a man from Taraba State. He asked Obino, within this space of time, how did you manage to get money to build this airport? He's told him categorically that his predecessor is the one that saved that money. When other governors cannot do that. I listened to Peter Obi when he said, if you want to know my structure, go and ask our students that are on strike. Go and ask our old mothers, aged mothers and fathers who at this time, they should have settled down with their pension, that no one is paying them. Go and ask over 1 million Nigerians who don't, over 1 million who don't know where the next meal will come from. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Charles, and that will be all we're going to be taking for today, guys. Please, I want to urge everybody to join the next broadcast. The next broadcast is coming immediately after this. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate you. Like I said, there's no Ninja Watch without you guys. To everybody viewing us from their homes, we thank you all so much. Viewing us from the office, wherever it is that you're viewing us from, thank you all so much for the consistency. Thank you so much for the support and the encouragement. We appreciate you and we love you. Everybody in the comment section, oh guys, you guys are amazing. I see you all. Thank you all so much for that. To my fellow panelists, thank you so much for joining me here every time I come on live. I want to quickly address something, please. Like I said from the beginning, this platform is meant for everybody. Everybody can come here and air their views and air their opinions. Nobody is entitled to agree with you or to, say the same thing as you. Everybody has an opinion to say whatever it is that they want to say, provided they are not being rude about it or provided they are not insulting anyone. So please, I urge everybody to at least accommodate other people that have different views other than yourself. So thank you all so much once again. Like I said, I'm going to urge everybody to join the next broadcast, which is happening right after this. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do so. Kindly like, comment, and share, guys. So YouTube can always spread Ninja Watch platform like wildfire, so other people can come here and air their views. Do not forget to always sensitize your people back home to get their PVCs, to let them understand what is going on, that if they vote wrongly, is going to affect us all for the next 8 years. Thank you all so much for joining us. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening, morning, and afternoon, wherever you are. Bye-bye.